Okay guys, so this is a long time since I wanted to make this video. I have this bike from 2017, it's a 2017 model, the last one with a carburetor, and I really don't want to change it, to be honest. I have 950 hours on it. Actually, looking at the clock, you see that it's 410. However, I smashed my original odo at about 400. Then I had the odometer from the Trail Tech for another 100 plus hours, and now I'm having just the clock. So reason I wanted to make this video is to actually go through the build which I was doing over the years. Some of my friends are buying bike every single year. They are buying a new bike and they are spending about, well, their cost to exchange is about $150, $1,500. I prefer to invest it into some of the equipment on the bike, and the reason I have all this shit on it is because I like wrenching as much as I like riding it. So we will start with the front end. What I do have are the original WP tubes. These have been sent to Kashima coating to Japan. And these DLC coated tubes are original part from the WP. You can buy them as a spare part for one of their cone valve forks. And what is interesting is that these tubes are costing the same as the silver ones. So one thing to keep in mind. Then over the years I didn't like the feeling of my brake, so I was trying to mitigate that. I even bought the Motomaster calipers when I smashed my back caliper, so I bought the pair with a discount. I have remedied the issue for some bit, but the spongy feel, which I don't like, is probably coming from the master cylinder, so it helped a bit but not eliminated everything. I started to buy these brake discs from AliExpress. These are 270 millimeters, so I bought the adapter from Motomaster for 270 millimeter. And they are very cheap, but they seem to be braking very well because of the increased size, and also these are a floating design, so I really like this setup. It's very economical and yet effective. Now I have bulletproof designs brake rotor protector, and it's been serving me for about 3 years. I've been doing some hard enduro races, and it actually, yeah, it is a bit smashed here and there, but it is indestructible piece, so very good thing to have a peace of mind. Now, I really love riding with X-Trig opposing clamps. These are the Pro version, where you can adjust the, how you call it, the offset. To be honest, I'm not touching the offset. I like the 22 millimeters as stock, but the way they are designed, they are much less prone to twisting, even less prone to twisting than normal X-Trig forks. So very good stuff. And one of my most favorite things on the bike are these Soggio Sphere cartridges. These have been awesome. I had one pair. They used to have green coating on the outer tubes. Now when they started to make black coating on the outer tubes, I had an issue of 2 tubes wearing out. So again, I've sent the new tubes for Kashima coating. Now my Soggio cartridges are coated. And to be honest, it's not about just the hydraulics. What's very important is the setup which you make inside the forks. I mean the shim stacks and all that. It took me, to be quite honest, it took me 2.5 years of trial and error on the same track, which is having a little bit of everything. And it's a very technical enduro track, but also with some motocross section on it, about 6 kilometers. And I was riding it for 2.5 years and optimizing the shim stacks, trying this and trying that. I was changing different oil viscosities, I was always running Motorex and then changing viscosities and trying what the forks are doing. I think this is a way to go. Basically, yeah, you will not be able to tune your suspension just in the forest. I think you should be riding the same stuff over and over, and you should learn to understand what the suspension is doing when you change this or that. So it took me 2.5 years to tune them. Now they are simply perfect, and this is one of the key reasons why I don't want to get rid of this bike, because you know, I'm not sure I will be able to make the same setup as this one. Okay, now I'm running Bulletproof Designs guard for the radiators, and these things have been absolutely awesome. The only downside is that they don't have these flaps like the original ones, so the shit is getting inside your radiator fins, which is quite annoying at times. But it didn't cause any big issues. If you wash your bike, you can easily wash it out, so no issues there. Now, here I have some of the stuff for hard enduro races, for your energy gels and stuff like this. And obviously I have the GPS holders. I usually run with one GPS, and second GPS I put some back with some I don't know, energy gel or stuff like that, or some snack, so it's quite handy. I don't like the Cycra kind of bark busters. I always like the open flaps, and therefore I'm riding the clamps with the plastic in it, so they can rotate. I also have the safety lever from AliExpress, and this thing is simply indestructible. This one is just folding to the front because when I installed the same lever, it was too far away from the handlebars and I didn't like it. I like my clutch to be very accessible at all times by one finger. Yeah, this is some blink, because why the fuck not? Quite important stuff, I think, is your exhaust flange guard. Actually, this thing is very important if you are smashing, especially when you are setting up your carbon guard. If you don't want to break your exhaust flange, then have one of these for sure. Obviously I have removed the thermostat because even when I'm riding in, well, I don't ride in minus temperature. I run at minimum 2 degrees Celsius and stuff like that. I don't like to ride when it's minus, so, and for that temperature this is totally okay. So this one, I think it's Trail Tech, the kit, the fan, the radiator fan kit with the thermostat. I have it set on 90 degrees, and this is doing wonders. I run Evans fluid inside, and for that you need to, I think I recommend to change the plastic coolant pump propeller to the aluminum one, because Evans fluid is quite viscous before it gets heated, before it heats up. As you can see, I also run the AS3 performance kit, which is increasing the propeller throughput, the pump throughput, and it's quite good. I have the XRC clutch cover and the ignition cover, and these things are absolutely awesome. These are indestructible. What I love about them is that I used to have a plastic cover from Polysport, but then I was cooking my oil all the time, so I don't recommend it. I recommend buying a proper set of these. and these are indestructible, yet they are cooling off the engine quite well and the oil inside it. Obviously Enduro Engineering protector. The only downside is this thing actually looks quite dangerous, and I found that on some of the official enduro races organized by FIM representatives, they will not allow you to ride this bike with this cover. You need to have a cover which is protecting the chain, and you cannot stick fingers inside it. So this is the only downside, but when I'm riding, it's very good. It protects the slave cylinder on the clutch, and it cleans the mud very well, so recommend this for sure. EXC bash plate, I love this. The plastic one, I used to have the aluminum one from Enduro Engineering on the previous bike. The problem is if you hit some sharp rock at high speed, the impact will transfer to your frame, and you are going to bend your frame through the aluminum protection. With this one, you will make a hole, you will make a dent, you will make a hole in the plastic, but you will not bend your frame. So one thing to consider, I definitely recommend the plastic bash plate. This is made from 8mm HD high density polyethylene, and these things are indestructible. Plus they are gliding on rocks much better than aluminum ones. Okay, Electron Billetron Pro carburetor, where you are able to tune the bottom end, the low mid range of your throttle and the upper range of your throttle. This thing is absolutely awesome. I have also accelerator rod inside, and these things rip while the fuel consumption is much better, is on par. It's on par with the TPI. I really can vouch for that, and it's much better than the TBI. Some of my friends' TBI bikes are eating so much fuel, it's unbelievable. Okay. These are the titanium Pro packs. It's the same position as stock. I will probably try the Carapax ones with a 5mm down and 5mm behind from stainless steel. These are quite nice, made of titanium, but I found out that this titanium wears out after 1.5–2 seasons. These are becoming very slippery. Okay, so this is some bling, right? Without any specific use. I have the RK Tech custom-made head, and what I can tell is that they made the engine very powerful, yet at the same time even more smooth than it was. Now it's really like electric bike, and I love the feel of the throttle with this. It's very powerful, I can say. Yeah, I have some bling, some more bling, some titanium bolts from T5 Titanium from AliExpress, because why the fuck not? And recently I bought the Boyesen reed valve. To be quite honest, I didn't spot that big of a difference, if any. But I like the quality of the product. I like the fact that it is a whole aluminum part, and everything fits very well, and there are no small holes like on the stock one. I used to have the V-Force 4 before, but after 300 hours my flaps one of the flaps got destroyed. I bought the replacement kit, and it got destroyed as well after 150 hours. An accident, you don't find this thing, it's just your engine starts working a little bit strange, if you even notice it, and then once you are servicing the engine, occasionally you discover accidentally that one of your reeds one of the pedals is destroyed. So it's not a good thing. Let's see how this one will hold. So far I have about 50 hours on it without problems, but I will tell you after 500. And now the shock. So the shock is WP Xplor Pro shock for the PDS for 2017 models. As you can see, whole reservoir body and the main body have been sent for Kashima coating, and I've also sent the shaft for the DLC coating, all to one company in Japan. Again, the quality of hydraulics, if you talk about the hardware, it's very high quality. But when you buy it from the shop, you cannot expect that it will run perfect for you. What I mean is that you need to spend your time, and you need to set it up. You need to set it up for yourself, for your style of riding, and so on. Luckily, I do my suspension myself, even changing the shim stacks. I first needed to find out what is the default setting, and then I started playing from there. And again, it took me about a year to optimize the settings exactly for my liking. I asked a friend who is servicing WP suspension what he would recommend, and then I was comparing with stock, and I was looking for something in the middle. And you really need to understand how your bike behaves and why it behaves that way. And when you change something in your shim stack or in the preload and stuff like that, you need to understand what the bike is doing and why. That way you will be able to tell what do you want to your tuner, or you will be able to figure out what to do in the shim stack yourself. Okay, this one is FMF or exhaust. It's fully made of titanium. I actually weighed it against the stock, and it's about 1.5 kilos lighter, which is quite good considering that it's on the upper part of the bike. So yeah, and it looks very good, so I'm happy with the product. If you ask me whether this is the best whether this is the best bang for the buck regarding tuning your bike performance, no, absolutely not. First, what I would go for, if you are buying stock bike and you want to tune it, first go for suspension. Always go for suspension. Okay. Next, we have, as I said, the